This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Starting my digital inspection at 2691 Desty Court. We are on top of a 3-tab asphalt shingle roof. Over here we have a flat section, which is an older torch down material. So I want to start off with the slope sections. Now this 3-tab shingle roof typically is going to last around 20 years or so. First sign that the product itself has gone past its life expectancy is typically when we start to see large amounts of granule loss, and we're not seeing that on this product. You can see there's a little bit of fiberglass that is starting to be exposed. That's all that shiny stuff. And essentially what that means is as this product ages, the oils evaporate on the product itself and the granules start to deplete. Once the granules start to deplete to the point where that fiberglass begins to really be exposed, that's when it's at the tail end of its life expectancy. So as far as this product goes, I'd say it's on the second half of its life expectancy. Definitely not at the very end of it though. I would estimate that this roof has another 5 to 8 years left in it, just based off the product. The other thing that we'll notice on a roof that needs to be replaced is the adhesiveness of the shingle starts to let go, and you can see that these shingles are still pretty much intact when it comes to the adhesiveness of it. Older 3-tab shingles are going to be really thin, really loose, and this product is realistically none of that. But again, you can see how kind of shiny it is, and a lot of that comes from the traffic that came from just the installing of the solar panels. So you can see on these roof planes where the solar installers were not, you can see that the granule loss is very minimal. You don't see that shininess that's starting to show through on some of those other roof planes. So I don't see really any issues with this roof. The penetrations all have a decent amount of sealant still wrapped around them. That's good to see. Everything is sealed and flashed properly. Now this torch down roof is definitely towards the tail end of that life expectancy like we talked about. So you can see how there's a lot of dark areas on this product, and that's from all the granules that have depleted over the years. You can also see how water tends to pool right here on this section. So what we'll typically do is we'll go around the edges of these flat roofs to see if the product is starting to lift up, and it's not happening. So that's a good sign. All the seams have been sealed properly. There's proper bleed out. Everything is still intact. You can see things are starting to get a little bit loose over here in this section, but that's nothing really to be too concerned about. So again, we'll go around the edges. It's starting to loosen up a little bit over here on this side. So it's just something that the homeowner should definitely keep an eye out on, but it does not mean that this roof needs to be immediately replaced. Again, I'd say this roof has another 5 to 8 years left on it, just because of the type of material that we have on this roof. But once we get to that point, it'd be a good idea for the homeowner just to be proactive when it comes to maintaining the roof and making sure that everything is where it needs to be. But as far as this roof goes, I see no immediate roof work that needs to be done. Everything on this roof looks to be fine. That's it for my inspection.